Myself, N.K. Thukral from Edupedia World. We are discussing today on emerging mode of businesses again. In the previous session, I have covered under emerging mode of businesses, online transactions and e-businesses. So today I will discuss on outsourcing. As everybody is aware, I suppose, what outsourcing is. But before that, I may brief you about outsourcing. Students, outsourcing is become emerging mode of business as it allows a company to focus on its core functions while leaving less important activities to specialized agencies. Means a company is having so many multiple activities to perform. So some activities are required to give to some specialized agencies like customer care service, R&D services, etc. So outsourcing, a company outsources few of their functions to third party. This has made industries focus on R&D for the continuous innovation of sophisticated products, increasing their need to outsource less important functions. Research has led to the development of better products for consumers along with round-the-clock customer care services. So exactly what outsourcing is? Means giving some work or contracting out some job by a company to third party. The important trend in business is outsourcing nowadays. Outsourcing refers to contracting out some of its activities to a third party which were earlier performed by the organizations. Now let us see what is exactly and what is the definition of outsourcing. Outsourcing, as you can see in the slide, refers to contracting out some of its activities to a third party which were earlier performed by the organization. Means what is involved in outsourcing? Number one, to contract out some of its activities which company may decide and to a third party, any other third party, again which is decided by the company, who can perform their job according to their own requirements. And those were similarly earlier performed by the organization. Why outsourcing is done? Because it saves the cost, save the time of a company, and some job cannot be performed by the organization itself as specialization is not there. So they wish to contract out to third party. So that is what outsourcing is. And recently, business enterprises have started outsourcing their whole business processes such as payroll processing, check processing, etc. Now students, I think it is clear what outsourcing is. Now let us see what are the features of outsourcing. What is the nature of outsourcing? Let us see one by one. Number one point is contracting out. As definition itself states, contracting out. Outsourcing involves contracting out an activity to an outside specialized agency which undertakes complete responsibility to handle it using its own manpower. For example, many companies have started outsourcing sanitation also and housekeeping function also. Like few of the organizations like NTPC, BHL, etc. They have contracted out housekeeping services to Sulabh Shauchalaya, one of the NGOs. Means Sulabh Shauchalaya is responsible for all type of sanitation activities in a company as a whole. So this is a outsourcing of a function. Means contract out to some agency who can perform which were earlier performed in-house staff. Now second is outsourcing of non-core business activities. Outsourcing is generally done in case of non-core activities such as housekeeping or security in case of school institutions, but of late it has been extended even to some of the core activities also. What are the core activities? Means some training institute. Sometimes company wants to give training to its employees or workers, they can contract out the job to some training centers already established, and this organization can tie up with them to impart computer education to students also. So these are the non-core business activities. Next is processes outsourced to captive units or third party. There are two now forms of outsourcing the business processes: outsourcing to the captive units and outsourcing to a third party. Outsourcing to captive unit means a large company dealing in diverse products and markets may create a separate unit known as captive unit to provide certain kinds of services to the parent company, like captive power plant. As you must have heard the name of NTPC Balco. NTPC have given to its captive plant to Balco for maintenance. So this type of outsourcing is a captive unit. Outsourcing to a third party, these hired third parties operate independently. They can be of two types, horizontal and verticals. Horizontal means such service providers specialize in some processes like HR and provide their services to various companies. And vertical means such services provide specialize in one or two industries and perform a number of processes from non-core to core. So students, after knowing the features of outsourcing or nature of outsourcing, let us go ahead and see what is the need for outsourcing. Is the outsourcing required or not? Let us have one point, as you can see in the slide, focusing on attention. What is the need? Outsourcing provides an opportunity to the organization to concentrate on areas in which it has core competency or strength and contracting out the rest to the outsourcing partners. As earlier I gave you the example like housekeeping or training. All these are the activities are non-core, and company can focus its attention only on its main activities. If it's an engineering company, on the technical aspects, they can focus on the technical aspect more and give other jobs to the third party. Next is quest for excellence. What is this? Outsourcing enables the firms to achieve excellence in two ways. The firms excel in the activities that they can do the best by virtue of limited focus. The firms excel by contracting out the remaining activities to expert and specialized service providers. What is another need? Cost reduction. Definitely, cost can be reduced by providing or contracting out some of the services of the company to third party. As if they employ their permanent employees, it will be much more higher than giving to the third party and having cost reduction. So outsourcing not only provides benefit of expert and specialized service of outsourcing partners, but also reduces cost. And India is a preferred destination for outsourcing due to availability of cheap manpower for the multiple organizations or MNCs. Next is growth through alliance. Alliance with outsourcing partners enables growth and expansion of business, as resources saved from the outsourcing can be used for expanding the production capacity and exploring new markets. Outsourcing also facilitates inter-organizational knowledge sharing and collaborative learning. Today, the firms are outsourcing not only their routine, non-core processes, but also their strategic and core processes also nowadays. Another need is boost to economic development. I mean to say, outsourcing fillip to economic development. Outsourcing promotes entrepreneurship, employment, and exports in the countries from where outsourcing is done. Like in the IT sector of India, outsourcing has made India a leader in global outsourcing of software development and IT-enabled services. A lot of organizations have given outsourcing jobs to Indian organizations in IT sector. As you can understand, you can go to the Gurgaon, you can see how many companies are performing as outsourcing functions by the Indian organization to multinational companies. Further, students, on one side, if there is a need, there are benefits, there are concerns over outsourcing also. What are the concerns? What are the disadvantages? I mean to say, what are the limitations? The concerns for outsourcing are: number one, reduces confidentiality. It reduces confidentiality as outsourcing involves sharing of vital information and knowledge with others. This involves risk of passing of such information to the competitors by such persons. So that is confidentiality is one of the limitation of the organization. Another is sweet shopping. What is sweet shopping? The firms which outsource their work seek to get maximum benefit from the low cost manpower of host countries. As you know, Indian manpower is cheap, Chinese manpower is cheap and in plenty. So MNCs come here to get the work done from these manpowers. Moreover, the work outsourced required doing skills instead of thinking skills, which does not build competency and capability of the outsourcing partner. Another is ethical concerns. Outsourcing may lead to unethical behavior if the companies outsource their work to developing countries, where child labor and women are employed due to weak laws. But nowadays, laws are definitely becoming strong and strengthened in India. But still, I can say these are the concerns, where child labor and women are employed due to weak laws. Similarly, it is unethical if the work is outsourced to countries where there exists wage discrimination on the basis of sex of the worker. Another is resentment in home country. Definitely there will be resentment if works are performed or works are given by the MNCs in other countries. Outsourcing indirectly shifts the employment opportunities to other countries. It may cause resentment among people of the home country, especially when home country is suffering from the problem of unemployment. You can see in the slide how the reaction has given on the limitation of outsourcing. So, students, today we have covered outsourcing, its limitations and need, benefits also and concerns also. So this is all for today. That's all. Thank you, students.